You just have to experience it, and preferably on big speakers.
Going some shows with Porcupine Tree, you mentioned before.
Yeah.
It's only the German shows, right?
Yeah. And one Polish show.
One Polish show, okay.
I've never played in Poland before.
No.
I like playing new countries.
Yeah, what's so special about playing in new countries?
It's completely different. There's always several different aspects of doing the gig, being at the gig, going to the gig, from the gig. That's different. It's exciting, and there's a whole new bunch of people who have never heard of me, and it's really nice. Although Germany and Holland are kind of homely for us, and England's obviously very homely for us, a bit too homely maybe.
Yeah,
we know the hotels and the service stations in Britain like our own houses, so yeah.
If you're playing in a new country, then after the show is finished, do you get a lot of responses from the new audiences?
Yeah, I mean it's all it's kind of hard to gauge really, because it's all so relative. I mean, I've been very happy with the way things have just been really slowly building in the last kind of 9 years, which I realised the other day is how long I've been doing this. So I'm going to have next year. I'm going to have a party, or gigs, as we like to call them.
And did you ever expect it to be so long, for already 9 years into the whole music?
Well, I expected when I started out in music, when I decided to be a writer, I was planning to do it for the rest of my life, and I'm still planning to do it for the rest of my life. So, yeah. 9 years has flown by, though,
Porcupine, a little bit back to Porcupine Tree. When you look at your music and their music, do you see some kind of resemblance in the way you approach your music and they approach the music? Because they work very concept-wise, especially on the last album. It's very concept-wise.
It's great.
Is that something that you enjoy in their music and maybe in your music as well?
It's a kind of something that three of my favourite bands have in common: Porcupine Tree and Ocean Size and Amplifier, who I know both of those bands have supported Porcupine Tree before. It's a completely organised, reckless abandon. It's like a really tight chaos, They've worked so hard and so thoroughly on making their very specific visions into exactly, unequivocally what they wanted. And they just do it all with such finesse, with such flair. And for that whole genre, I think they do that really well. And Ocean Size very early on influenced me to basically just do whatever I fancied doing, And there's lots of other people who I love, who just can only be themselves, So that's a big inspiration. So I don't sound like them, but in kind of the way we go at things, the angle we look at everything, there are similarities, definitely.
Yeah. What kind of feeling do you want to give your audience when they listen to your music?
Basically, if everybody's going like this, lots and lots of times, then that's it.
Yeah.
That's what we do at gigs.
Yeah, that's what you do at gigs, but there must be something, maybe to give some kind of feeling, or maybe for yourself, what kind of feeling do you get out of your own music?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a difficult one. That's different every day, I think. But heavy rock has kind of always been a presence in my life. And it's the pure satisfaction mixed with the kind of the slight challenge of the prog. And prog rock has always been a big part of my life. And the drone in the last few years, the down tempo aspect has really taken hold of, I love it.
Yeah, what do you love so much about it?
Well, until about 3 years ago, slow music was kind of something I didn't understand. Because obviously prog is usually quite up-tempo, and there's a lot happening, there's a lot going on, it's very fancy, it's very intricate, and there's no time to kind of put your own thing into it or think too much. but when it's slowed down, it's just the sheer satisfaction. I think if you kind of can't feel it, it's very hard to explain it to somebody who kind of doesn't understand drone or thinks it's boring, or I wouldn't really know what to say to change someone's mind about that. But you just have to experience it, and preferably on big speakers. Yeah, down tempo suddenly one day just made sense to me.